Hi everyone, Jeremy here from Video Editor Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to use some location lower third in DaVinci Resolve. Those assets are part of our free starter pack, which is a complete toolkit we built for video editors. In this video, we'll cover when to use them, how they work, and how to make them fit your project perfectly. They are completely free to use for both personal and commercial use. Just click the link below, fill up the form, and we'll send it directly to your email. With that being said, let's jump right into it. You can download the pack with a link in the description below. Just enter your email and we'll send the pack directly to your inbox. After downloading your pack, you'll get a zip file. Double-click on the zip file to unzip it, which will give you a folder. In that folder, you'll find a couple of things: the installation instruction, the license, the GFX file for DaVinci Resolve, and the font used to create the assets. Start by installing the fonts. Without them, DaVinci Resolve will not know which font to use, which can result in a black screen when you drag your title onto the timeline. To install the font, simply go to the font folder. If you're on Mac, just select all the font and double-click on them. This will open a window asking if you want to install the font. Select Install. If you're on Windows, same thing. Just select all the fonts and then right-click and select Install. Alternatively, you can drag or copy and paste the font directly into your computer fonts folder. Once the fonts are installed, double-click on the GFX file to install the pack. This process is the same for both Mac and Windows. This will open DaVinci Resolve, if not already, and prompt open a window asking if you want to install the pack. Select Install. Once in DaVinci Resolve, you can find the effect by going over to your Effect tab on the Edit page, go down to Title, Video Editor Studio, and then here you can scroll down until you find the free starter pack. It will be in the location section right here. But again, you have a lot of other tools within that pack that you can use for your projects. Today, we are focusing on those. So you have 5 different titles that you can choose from. So those 5 titles are lower third that you can use to introduce location. It could be a city, it could be a place, it could be anything, honestly. You can also use them for other purposes than location, just they've been crafted with that in mind. But if you were to change the icon or change the image or change the text, you could use that to introduce also people or anything you want. Just by default, they will have, as I mentioned, some location icon built in, for example, to help emphasize the fact that we are talking about a place. They are all very easy to use and customize. You can just take it, drag it directly in your timeline. You can stretch it to fit the length of your project, and the animation in and out will adapt automatically. They will work with any frame rate and any resolution. Additionally, they have some more control over the animation, both animation in and animation out. You can adjust the timing, style, and intensity of that animation. So here, for example, if we're playing that title again, it's taking 1 second to enter the frame, but we can swap that for 3 seconds if we want to have it being a lot slower. And now when we play it, as you can see, the animation is a lot slower. So you can basically adjust the timing depending on your project. Also, right now it's sliding up, but what if we want, for example, it to come from the left side? Well, we could do that right here and select pan left. And now if we play it, it's gonna come from the left. At any moment, if you want to reset a parameter to the default value, you can just double click on it and it will reset it to the original one. So here we've just reset the timing to 1 second. Then finally, you have the animation intensity. So that's basically the range of motion of the title. So now we have a quite big range of motion. We could reduce that to have it being, a bit shorter, or we could extend that and now we have a wider range of motion. And you have the same kind of control right here with the animation out length and the animation out style. So right now, for example, it's a fade out, but if we want now to have it being, for example, slide down, you can select that and now the title will disappear, going down out of the screen. Those 5 titles will pretty much share the exact same type of functionality. So you have here also the size and position where you can basically adjust the position of your title, the size of that title. Just be careful not to upscale it too much because you're going to lose resolution if you do that. If you want to upscale a title drastically to fill up the entire frame, for example, I would recommend to go and do that at a source level by increasing it directly here, the element itself, because the size and position here is acting similarly as the setting right here with the zoom and position. It's basically upscaling a rasterized version of that title. So if you need to upscale it, you should upscale each of the elements at the source level to not lose any quality and basically keep a vector type of scaling. So the 5 title will obviously have the size and position, and then the other parameter is where it differ a little bit. It will just be the individual pieces based on the visual element that you can see on screen. So for this one, for example, we have the rectangle. We can adjust here the soft edge of that rectangle. We can adjust the level. So for example, if we want to use this just as a way to shade the background a little bit, and we could swap the color, for example, for something that is, you know, more black. Obviously right now we cannot see anything. Let's just do gray, just to, for example, let it pop a little bit, but not being a full box. You could basically make those kind of adjustments. You also have control over the corner radius, for example, and then you have the icon. You can load your own icon if you want. So here, if you were to click Browse, and you can bring any PNG that you have already installed on your computer. So here, if I were to load that PNG icon, as you can see, it has replaced the location icon that we had originally. We can also just swap the color of that icon very easily. Just make sure that the file that you are loading is a PNG file. That way you get transparency and you just get the icon itself, not any other element. And then you have the text where you have all of the usual control, where you can change the font, you can change the color, the tracking, the size, you can adjust also the anchor if you want. And you have some more in-depth control here with select your style. So for example, if you want to have a text outline, you could do that very easily. And each number here will have a different functionality. So you could also, for example, add some shading. If you go here to number 7, add a text shadow, and you will basically add the text shadow behind your text to help it stand out a little more. There is also a glow at number 8 that you can use that basically gonna help you make it pop as well. You can change the color of that glow. So here, for example, since we have red, we could select red, and now we'll have a red glow. Those titles should be pretty lightweight and easy to play, but if that's not the case, you can just go over to Playback. Here, select Burn the Cache, switch that from none to smart. It will just bring up that red bar right there, and basically it's gonna turn from red to blue. And when it's fully blue, that means the title has been fully cached in. And if you were dropping a few frames right here, now you will play at real-time playback. All right, so now that you know pretty much everything that you need to know about those titles, let's just take another one and make some modification to it to make it our own and fit, let's say, a project. Right now, by default, we've choose a very, minimalistic, modern look, but that might not fit your branding or the kind of like usage that you're looking for. So right now, let's use this title and bring it in a very different direction look-wise, so you can see what you can do with it. But first, just a quick note. For example, here, this one got another functionality where you already have a bunch of icons pre-built in. So here you could select, for example, a bell, you could select a bowl, you can select basically out of all of the different icons that we've loaded. I believe there is like over 1,000 different icons. So if you look for something specific, you could search, for example, heart, and then it will just like bring you to like heart with some additional stuff here, for example, heart check, etc. And if for whatever reason you don't have the icon that you're looking for, you can still just load your own custom icon. To do that, just go and select custom here in the dropdown. It's gonna make everything disappear because obviously it doesn't have anything to load right now. But now if we go over to browse and we do exactly the same thing as we've done earlier, bringing that icon right here, now everything works fine and we have our new icon that has been added. Now let's see how we can craft a very different look for that title. So I'm gonna start by changing the frame. So I'm gonna go over to rectangle, and then here I'm gonna untick solid. So that's gonna make the frame disappear. And now I'm gonna increase the border width to 0.2. Let's see how that looks. That's way too big. So we're gonna do instead 0.020 to have something that is a bit thinner. Like this. I like it. Obviously now we don't see our text because it's black on black. So I'm gonna go over to text 2 and we're gonna swap the color to white. So here I'm gonna select white for the text 2. The same issue is happening for the icon. So I'm gonna go over to custom icon and I'm gonna swap the color of the icon from black to white as well. Now let's bring the original title in the timeline just so we can have a quick comparison. As you can see, just by inverting here some of the color and switching to an outline, we have a very different look. Now let's go a step further and make adjustment to the frame. So right now we're having like a rectangular frame with like a rounded corner, but we can choose to increase the corner radius so much that now it looks like a pill instead of having it being a rectangle. Now let's say I'm not happy with that icon and I would like to replace it. So let's see if we have any other icon that might match that properly. Bookmark, maybe. Let's say books. Great, I like that. A stack of book, that's quite interesting. I'm gonna try to reduce maybe the gap between those two. So I'm gonna bring here the position of my icon closer to my text. And now let's swap the font because they are modern. We're using Poppin right now, but let's go for something that is, you know, a bit more like a library. So let's go with Time New Roman, which is a very classic font. Time New Roman, let's use that. Obviously now it's too big, so we're gonna reduce the size of it like this. Now we're gonna go to text 2 and we're gonna do exactly the same thing. And we're gonna search for time and bring Time New Roman as well. I'm just gonna switch here from regular to italic to just create a bit more, you know, difference between those two. I'm gonna reduce the size considerably, so it's easy to read and we can see clearly that this is the first title and then that's the subtitle. Now, because we moved the icon closer, obviously we don't have the same spacing here on the left and the right side. So we're gonna make some adjustment to our box again. I'm gonna go over to rectangle and I'm gonna move the position slightly. That way we're having some balance between the right side and the left side. Another thing that bothers me a little bit right now is that the thickness of the icon doesn't match the thickness of our box. So we're gonna increase the border width until we get something that, you know, match similarly. So like this, I think it's fine. We're having pretty much the same kind of thickness for the line of the icon and the outline of our box. However, now I feel like we don't have enough spacing on the top and bottom, so we're gonna make that adjustment here on the height, and I'm gonna give it a bit more space so the design can breathe a little bit more. And I'm gonna do the same thing here for the width and give it a little bit more space. I'm gonna go to the overall size and position and recenter that a little bit. And then finally, instead of using red, I'm gonna use maybe purple. Because it tends to, you know, represent wisdom generally in color coding. So I'm gonna go for that. Let's just select here purple to start with and go over here to adjust the hue. Here we go, something like this, for example. And now we can quickly see that we made a drastic change to that title. Now let's go a step further and use some of the effects that are available in the free starter pack to make it even more interesting. So I'm gonna just go back and close the title section, and I'm gonna open the effects section, Video Editor Studio, and go down to the free starter pack. And then here you have a couple of effects that you can add directly onto the title. I'm gonna start by using our shadow, glow, and background tool, and I'm gonna drag that in. I'm gonna put it like overlaying it on top. And now we can see that in our inspector tab, we have a new thing that pop up with effect. You can go and select glow. Now I can increase the gain of that glow. So I'm gonna increase the gain a little bit, not too much. And then we're gonna adjust the glow size. So here I'm gonna increase or decrease a little bit the glow size, gain a little bit more. Here we go, I'm happy with that. It's fairly simple, but it's adding a bit more pop to it. If we just reduce the blend or increase the blend, as you can see, it just give it a bit of a shine to everything. And I think that's just more interesting that way. Now, obviously our title is popping a lot right now because we just have a black background, but let's just bring some footage in and see how that looks with some footage in the background. Now, as suspected, because it's an outline and not a fill, the text is harder to read now because of the element in the background and the movement of the camera. So what we're gonna do here is we can go back again to our title, go to the same effect that we've used for the glow, but now we're gonna use the background built-in feature. So here, if I increase the opacity, as you can see, we're basically adding an animated background to help us make our title pop. The thing is, I don't want to have it cover the entire frame because it's affecting all of my footage right now. So what I'm gonna do instead is bringing that down, and then I'm gonna adjust the soft edge here, so we don't have like a clear delimitation on the edge of the background, but we get something that is like feathered in a little bit more. So I'm gonna increase that considerably. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit more. Here we go. And now we've basically created a background mask that's gonna come with the same timing of our title, and that helped the title stand out without affecting the footage that we have in the background. Now that we have our entire composition, I'm just going to reduce the size a little bit so it's not taking too much of the space of the frame. I'm going to drag down a little bit more, and that's pretty much it. That's our final composition. As you can see, like that's a very different look right now with the change that we made compared to the one that we've been starting with. So you can really just fine tune it to make it fit your project perfectly. And that's pretty much it. Hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comment what kind of video you would like to see next. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Speed up your workflow and create better videos using the pack available on our website, including titles, transition, and templates built only for DaVinci Resolve. Get started today by downloading our free starter pack that contains over 150 elements. Link in the description below or at videoeditorstudio.com.